Hey guys, Carlos Colon here with Georgia Perimeter Homes, and today we're going to be talking about curb appeal. What is it? What does it mean? What is it talking about? And what kind of things can you do in order to make your house stand out in this market, or in any market really? So, if you have not done so already, hit the subscribe and the notification bell. That way that you get releases of our latest videos every week with real estate content. So, let's jump right in. Alright, so curb appeal. What is it? Let's jump right in. So, curb appeal, for the first time in a zillion English words, actually means exactly what it sounds like. What kind of appeal does my home or does my property have from the curb? In this case, from the road. So if you're standing on the road looking at the front of not just the house but everything of your property, what does it look like? Is it appealing? Hence curb appeal. Doesn't happen very often that way in the English language, but in this case it's exactly what it sounds like. So the one thing that I think this entire video needs to go back to is really going to be about emotions. When a buyer is buying, they're typically buying from emotions. And I say that to say not every buyer is the same. So some buyers come through and they look for, just mechanics, and I don't care what the outside looks like. So, that's not necessarily true. If something was already done and perfect the way you wanted it and just beautiful and needs less work, that's more appealing than the home that needs the work. So, in most cases, people want to see the front when they're first pulling up. It's the first impression. They want to see something that makes them smile, something that makes them happy. So, we're talking about the colors of your home. We're talking about your driveway. Have you pressure washed your driveway, or is it an oily mess? Have you cleaned the front of your home off? Have you trimmed and cut and kept up with your grass, or are there bald spots everywhere? What do your bushes look like? Do you have any flower beds? Have they been kept up with? Does it look neat and organized? And believe it or not, I have sold homes before and gotten much better reviews from simply changing or painting a mailbox. You have no idea how many times a mailbox go underserved, so to say, when you're selling a home. But it's one of the things that people pay attention to. And even if they don't pay attention directly to the mailbox, it's an unconscious bias. If the mailbox looks like crap, what do you think the rest of the house is probably going to look like? So just understand that that is their first impression of the home. Windows, are they all busted out, or are there, is the glass fogged and the seal has gone bad on these windows? So these are things to take into account. The color of your front door will make a big difference. I've seen several houses that are like brown and the front door is brown along with it, and it's just very blah. Change that front door color, make it something that'll pop and goes along with the property, and all of a sudden, hey, reviews are great on the home. We don't need to change anything just from changing that one little thing. So that's talking about the exterior. And keep in mind, curb appeal is just talking about from the road, like we talked about. So there's a lot of things that we need to understand, and I guess we need to go into kind of choreography mode here. And choreography in the sense that, this is where they start. As they walk into your home, it needs to continue. And that flow and that feeling needs to get them more and more excited, instead of going, "Well, my God, it's beautiful on the outside," and they walk in and they go, "Oh, okay." That was a letdown. So we want to make sure that that excitement stays through their walkthrough and their showing experience. And that's what's going to create really high offers, really strong offers for you. So we start with the curb appeal, then we go through front door. Now we're talking about what we call staging. Okay, so curb appeal, front of the house, and everything that you see from the road. Staging, everything inside the house. Okay, and staging can also be exterior, by the way, if you have like an exterior patio and that kind of stuff. But in this case, most of it's going to be on the inside. And what we're really first looking for is flow. When I first walk into the home, am I greeted by a bunch of furniture and things I have to walk around? Or am I open space? I can really visualize my things in this property right away. I like the open airy feeling, or I love the colors, the neutral colors when I'm coming in. I'm not walking into a bunch of pink walls, so to say. And so we want to appeal to the 80 or 90% of the crowd that's going to be coming in, not just the 5 or 6% that might appreciate purple walls, right? And so understand them. That's why a lot of sellers will actually go ahead and repaint their house before they put it on the market. Is, you know what, my daughter was 5 when she was in this room, so it was pink. But you know, most buyers, unless they have a 5-year-old daughter, probably won't appreciate the pink room, and it's okay. I'll repaint it. Done. So think about these things. And as we're looking at traffic flow, I'm walking through the front door. What's the first thing I come into? Is it the living room? And am I actually in the living room, or am I in the back of a couch? You have to stage or move your furniture around in such a way where the flow of traffic feels inviting, it feels natural, it feels open. A lot of times this actually means that it needs to be a little unrealistic for what it would be used as. And what I mean by that is sometimes we have couches sitting in such a way where you'd never be able to see the TV from that angle. But because of the way it flows during the walkthrough, it looks and feels right for the showing. And so it continues that inviting feeling. A lot of times we end up moving coffee tables out of the way. The other thing that you need to be very cautious of is also, do I need to remove furniture from the inside of this house? And where do I move it to if I'm not going to sell it? So, and the garage is a great place to do this, by the way. Is take any extra furniture that's too much for the living room or bedroom or anything else, put it in the garage, and make sure that you just kind of wrap it and keep it protected. But the flow as a buyer's walking through is the most important part. Lastly, we're going to talk about your personal belongings. All right? Just because you love the 1996 Chicago Bulls does not mean that everyone else appreciates Chicago Bulls just like you do. So if you've got a man cave, if you've got all kinds of memorabilia and all these things, we really need to take those things down. Unless you're Shaquille O'Neal and you're showing off the fact that, hey, you're going to buy Shaquille O'Neal's house, that's not really something people want to see. And again, 80-90% of the people won't appreciate it for that, for the things that you like. They have their own belongings. They have their own things. So let's appeal to the 80-90% of the crowd. We do that by removing our personal belongings, our personal pictures, and putting up very generic pictures and very generic belongings. So yeah, the family portrait sometimes can stay, but in most cases we really want to remove that and just put a generic picture of a peacock or something. You know, all these pictures really come from, when you get them from Walmart or anywhere else, they come with a picture already in it. Sometimes you just put a random picture in there. It doesn't really matter. The idea is for them to visualize their belongings in the property, not yours. So, yes, depersonalize your home as much as possible. So, we talked about curb appeal, we talked about staging, we talked about flow as you're walking through the home, and depersonalization. Those are going to be the main things here that's going to affect a great showing. And again, we're coming back to curb appeal. It all starts from there. If that first impression is wrong, now we got to go. It's like dating. It's like, well, I'm not excited right off the beginning, but maybe I can get excited in the middle of it. But does that really ever happen that way? We want the first impression to be wow, and then everything after that to go, okay, I could see this happening. And that's the way you need to think about these showings. Line it up that way, and I think you're going to see a lot of success. If you have any questions about this or anything else real estate related, give us a call. Our number is 770-314-1285, or check out our website for some great properties, www.georgiaperimeterhomes.com. Thanks. Bye.